Hey cars and deals, today I want to record a video in different format. I want to talk about how much a car salesman in Mercedes-Benz and in the industry makes, how much you can make if you're a top salesman or you sell nothing. Is it worth spending your time to consider as a career, or it's a garbage job that you should never consider? All right, how much the top salesman makes a year? Just to catch your attention here a little bit, so you stay with me until the end of this video. Will you believe me if I tell you that a top salesman that I know made $1.5 million a year? Yeah, that I'm not joking. $1 million, 1 million, and then 500 on top of it. That was in 2022. I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna say the dealership because it wasn't me. Although I consider myself a top salesman, well, maybe not, but I still make good money. What's considered in society good money for having a job. It's not my dream income, but it perceived as a good money. So working in Mercedes-Benz, if you sell 15 to 20 cars and you have okay pay plan, thank you guys, porters here, and if you have okay pay plan, you should be making around $200,000. That's what I'm making at this dealership. When it was back in 2021, I was a top salesman back in Illinois. The dealership Motorworks, really good dealership with a lot of cars. It was like 600 used cars, and then it was a special dealership with BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, Honda, Infiniti, all in one store. You could sell it all, and it was a lot of Eastern European. You can tell by my accent, I'm from Eastern Europe, and it was very easy for me to make a lot of money. So back in 2021, before I left car business and started my e-commerce business, thinking that I'm going to be a millionaire tomorrow, I just quit my job that was making me about $30,000. So in 8 months, back in 2021, I made over $200,000. So, but that wasn't enough for my ambitions, and I wanted to do something different. It's not even ambitious. It's just, I wanted more freedom, more flexibility with time, but enough about me. Should you start car sales? Let's talk about that. Come here, please. Yeah, this is my office. And this might seem like I'm a boss, because look at this office, beautiful office. Glass, big, large office, a lot of space. But in the reality, you're nobody. And this is just an office that makes you feel better when you come to work. Look, I got 2 monitors. I got nice wireless. Look at this, wireless keyboard, and even wireless mouse. I got tie too, but the only bad thing, I have to wear this stupid name tag. Well, it's good for customer service, but that's what you have to do. Well, if you do car sales, you run these nice cars. One of my favorite cars and my favorite color of this SL43 matte white. The sunroof doesn't open, not the sunroof, the top, but here we go, it does now. So any job out there, you can create a lot of fantasies and think of the romantic aspect of that job more than anything else, and basically lie to yourself to do that job. For example, trucking. You think, hey, I'm gonna travel United States, see all the states, and then you hate your life because you're always on the wheels. Or I'm gonna be a car salesman, I'm gonna sell these beautiful cars, I'm gonna be driving them. Yeah, you're gonna be driving them on the parking lot. But anyway, guys, I don't want to make it too negative this video, because there are a lot of positive things. And I think that number one, when you work in sales, any type of sales, it teaches you a lot of skills, and even you can see a lot of very successful people, millionaires, billionaires, tell you, hey, if you have to learn one skill, what it would be, and most of them say it's sales and communications. And I think when you work in car sales, you talk to real people. People walk in the dealership. If you work at dealership like Mercedes-Benz, there are a lot of successful people. They're top tier professionals in their industry, and they come here, they talk to you. Most of them are nice to you. When you work in like Acura, I used to work in Acura, it's semi-luxury brand, or Toyota, I never worked there, but I can tell that clientele is different, and you work with more uneducated people, not that, just more rude people, more rude stuff. Just want to make sure that it records me. So you level up in terms of your communication skills, in terms of your sales skills. That's number one. Number two, there is no barrier to enter. A lot of other professions, you have to get a license. For example, real estate. To get a real estate, it's not that easy, A lot of people get it, waste their time, but it's not that easy. You have to study for exam. That's few months. Then you have to wait for exam. You have to wait for the license. So all that could take up to 8 months. In car business, in a lot of states, you don't have to even get a salesman license. California, you do. It was a surprise to me. But in a lot of states, you don't have to get a license. You can basically walk in the dealership in the morning, and after doing some paperwork, by middle of the day, in the afternoon, you can sell your first car. That's literally what might happen. So that was second. There is no barrier to enter. You just have to speak English, or a little bit of English. My English is not perfect, and I was still number one car salesman back in that store that I mentioned, Waterworks, Mercedes showroom, for 2 years. I've seen people with really bad English, and even managers, they do really well. So, sales and communication, it's more about, communication, if we go deep in this, communication is more than just your language skills. Most of it's body language and your energy. So if you have high energy, people like you, you don't have to even speak good English. But going back to what you can make, I think if you're in business like in the car dealership like Mercedes, Porsche, Land Rover, I think these are top 3 stores where you can make the most money. Brands. Store, and then it depends on the brand. Like big auto groups like AutoNation, I think it's better to go and work for them if you want to build a career and become a manager. Then you can be transferred store to store and really grow on the manager side. But if you want to make money, it's not necessarily a brand that will guarantee you that money. You can work in Toyota, and they have a lot of traffic and sell, cars with markup. That they still do sell cars with markup and make a lot of money there. But more chances you have to make more money with luxury brands, and it's just your job is easier when you work with different clientele that buy those luxury cars. Another reason this job is good for a lot of people that maybe just came to this country, or they want to buy their first house, they want to make their first money, I think you can make money pretty fast. And the beauty at the same time as not really good thing about selling cars, that it's a full-time W-2 job. And with W-2 job, it's really easy to buy a house if you stayed in car sales for 2 years at the, in the same industry. You buy a house instantly if your credit is okay. You can get any loans, if you're starting off some business or anything else. That's very easy with W-2 job. On the negative side, it's a full-time job. It's not entrepreneur type of, thing where you kind of control your own time and effort. You do control your own effort, but to a certain degree, because you also have managers above you. And, you have to stick to the same schedule that the dealership has. You work under management. It's not for everyone. You don't have freedom of, hey, I'm gonna work for 2 weeks with no days off. If I'm like a real estate agent or car broker, and then I'm gonna take a week off, and then I'm gonna repeat the same cycle. You can't do that. You have to comply with the company policy. You have to comply with rules and damn schedule. That's number one thing I hate about working for a dealership, that if you, and everybody loves freedom to a certain degree. Some people like order and permanent schedule and stable life, but someone with a soul of entrepreneur, they want to move around. They don't want to come to the same place every day, sit in the same office. So kind of giving you pros and cons, and you guys can decide where you see more pros or cons for yourself. And I think, let me just tell you, top 3 brands that you can make the most money. I think number 1, Porsche. I used to sell Porsche when I was working in that store with Porsche and BMW and Mercedes, so I could sell it all. But I'm just not a big fan of 911. And those customers that buy those cars, they expect you to be fanatic. They expect you to be a nerd just like them when you sell them a car. And I just like this SL better. I like the GT look better than, and I have to be a little bit passionate about what I sell. I have to like it. So Mercedes was my choice, and it's number 2, I think, after Porsche. And I think Land Rover, if you're in a good store, busy store, they make a lot of money. Look at those full-size Range Rovers. They still sell them for $25,000, $30,000 over MSRP. And I think more people buy Range Rover full sizes than G-Wagons. G-Wagons you can still buy for MSRP, but most of the dealerships sell them with like $20,000, $25,000 markup. So should you start a career in car sales? Here is my advice to you. If you want to make money fast, maybe you just came to this country like me 8 years ago, and you don't have any money, you don't have any experience. I started selling cars, I started to make money quick, and you can move on in life with something else. Maybe you just want to get sales experience. Maybe you're just after college and you don't exactly get the job that you were dreaming about in college. You can get experience in that. But for a long term, I don't think it's the best career choice, especially in today's world when something's going to happen to the current dealership model, where I don't think it's going to stay the same. It's going to move more towards online, like Carvana, and more like vending machine type of business. I think other careers like in real estate have better long-term potential. But again, number one, it's a small barrier of entry, and if you want to get that experience quick, if you want to make money quick, this job is for you. If you like this type of video and you want me to talk more about selling cars, making money in car business, let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel where I talk more about the deals, how much you can buy or lease this Mercedes-Benz for, and stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video.